need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. You don't know me, homie, I rob my own neighbor with a clock around my neck with a style that's so flavor. Give me the loot is just an understatement. I'm about to take your bank and put it in my basement. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Say take money, money, take money, money, money. Take money, money, take money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. The root of all evil, I don't agree with that. It's hard to do when you riding around with 10 racks. Golden Arches, St. Louis, I'm the Big Mac. St. Petersburg, Russia, you can find it on the map. I'm so cold I could spit the snow. That's why they call me Nitro with the nicest flow. On the real, man, I hate it when they call me bro. It's getting on my nerves like these bills and these haters, yo. Chill, a grown man with a loaf of bread. I keep a stack of Benjis right under my bed. Check it, my shoebox is the stash spot. I used to keep my scratch at my dad's house. I got a deadline, so I need the cake. I need a plan, so my duck is gonna try to escape. Yeah, I'm always looking for the currency, a large amount, call it a pretty penny. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. You got a $5 bill, put your hands up. You got a $10 bill, put your hands up. You got a $20 bill, put your hands up. You got a $50 bill, put your hands up. Holla, holla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
Yo, fellas, Bitcoin got the move up to 27.2. Now is the real test. What's going on, Beth? What's going on? Drunk Bear, Alex, Bijon, Frank Fractal, what's going on, buddy? Kip, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? We can watch the robots dance for another 10 seconds. Why not? Look at these guys' moves, man. I like the guy in the back with the fist pump. He's got the best move. Dave, what's going on, bro? Mike said Jordan's team got plummeted in John M's power rankings. Dude, my team got fried. Mike fried me in fantasy this week, guys, in case you're wondering. Not like anyone really cares, though. Let's jump to the charts, though. We're finally getting some price action. Though we know typically when I jump on the stream, that ends the price action. So Jordan hops on the stream, and he's going to ruin the pump because that's what he always does. Anyways, we got that move up into this white box. It looks like we're actually trying to attempt to break it, though. So this is where it gets interesting. And we know this was the level that we were looking for Bitcoin to squeeze up to. We got that squeeze up to 27.3. Now's the test, right? can we break through this, and can we actually come up to maybe even sweep these highs at 28.2? Let's see. It's interesting stuff going on around the macroverse at the moment. We'll talk about that today. But right now, Horse Guy is going nuts. So let's see what Horse Guy's thinking right now, because he's seeing things fly up left and right. Let's see what he's thinking. Holy shit! Holy freaking shit! Bitcoin is pumping. There must be. An ETF is coming. An ETF is going to be passed this week. Yes. That is the only explanation. Insiders know that ETF will be passed. I didn't buy anything at 25K or 26K. I will buy all my dry powder here at 27.3, exactly at the box of resistance. Yes, I will buy everything now. What could possibly go wrong? You know, we go up a little bit higher or we crash. Nothing could go wrong here. Okay, guys, I'm going in. I am pressing the buy button. Let me open up Robinhood. I will buy some AVAX too, because AVAX chart looks very, very good. Let's buy some AVAX. Yes, I love AVAX. Okay, there we go. We're all in. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see what happens, guys. All right. Horse Guy's going all in. Open interest is up the wazoo. I don't know if you guys saw. I don't have the chart for it, but open interest is up the freaking wazoo. What does that mean? A lot of people are getting interested in buying or selling right at this current moment, instead of when it was very, very, very slow, right? What's going on? Chewy, look at that step up. It's going to legit pump. Yeah. I mean, the walk up for the price has been pretty good here, right? So it wasn't like just instant shoot up. The sort of walk up in price is interesting. Let's see what happens here, though. You got the 4-hour RSI, not like it's like bend all be all, but that's up at an 80 on the 4-hour. Doesn't mean you can't get another shoot up. So let's watch this. Let's hope for some price action on stream and be pretty dope. Let's see, Frank. Let's see. Just another pump and dump. Dion. Let's see, bro. Let's see. Here's the thing, right? If we go over to the daily chart, right, we got the bull market support band, right? And the first time we came into this was on the grayscale news, and we came into it for about a day of wick, and then we got sent back to the downside. So we are currently back in the bull market support band again, right? So, typically, how does Bitcoin look good going like in the second half of the year? Really, if you go back and look, we're gonna need some. I want to see give me a daily close above the bull market support band, and I then think Bitcoin's looking fantastic based off history, right? Because 2019 we came up, we got a wick back above, we got sent back below. But if you look over here in early 2020, we basically got this daily close back above. And then we actually end up going significantly higher. So that's the real test, is the bull market support band here. I'm not going to get over euphoric and be calling for the moon just yet, because last time that happened, everyone got super euphoric into this point, and we got insta-sent right back to the downside. So let's see what happens here. We're back in this. This is the real test for the bulls, for the bears, and then we can decide what happens here. Let's see. Skillful's a high does it go until I get the pump song? Shit, we can get the pump song going today, man. It's been so long since I played the pump song that I even forget that we have it. So there we go. I can't remember the last time we played the pump song. I think it was... You gotta go back to like freaking July. It's been over 2 months since we played the pump song, guys. So there we go. Here we go, fellas. Oh. Let's get rid of that, though. It's been 2 damn months. Turn off this music. This is not high enough for me, man. There we go. We gotta turn up the music. But once again, it's Bitcoin leads the way, right? So there's some altcoins that are doing pretty well today, but across the board, this is, let me actually sort by this. Across the board, it's mainly Bitcoin is seeing the bigger move up today. You get some few altcoins that are up 5-6%. But on average, it's still better to be in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin leading the pump, which is awesome. You want to see that as well, too. So Bitcoin leading the pump is good. Stock market today is something that I'm interested in, because the stock market did break down last week. Obviously, we don't care about that when Bitcoin's going up, right? But I think the macro is the bigger picture. Bitcoin, we talked about a little bit of squeeze at the upside. But I'm short on, not short, but I bought SQQQ last week. So I'm looking for the stock market to continue to fall. But right now, Bitcoin doesn't give a shit about that. So we kind of got a good position going on right now, having Bitcoin spot and having some SQQQ. So hopefully we could ride both. We get the Nasdaq to dump, we get Bitcoin to pump. That would be the best of both worlds. Shit, I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. No ETF this year or next. Book it. Robert thinks no ETF this year or next. I actually think we'll get an ETF at some point. Do I think it's going to be as big a deal as people think? I don't really think so. But that's me being a pessimist. Because I've learned in this market recently that it's better to be a pessimist than an optimist. That's what I'll say. Look up ETH BTC. Been up versus BTC since 2015. Yeah, ETH BTC is continuing down. It got another little shot down. Well, let's see. 27,400. We're still fighting this level, guys. The next level we look at is 28.2, which is basically just our next recent high. I would think at that point, if we were to get a squeeze up here, we probably would just take out this high. If we were going to squeeze up, I think at that point, you start breaking through this level on a close. Probably makes sense to eventually get a squeeze up and take out this high. Right? Maybe come into like 28.8, right? Underneath these previous supports, sweep these highs, and then we kind of see what we do from there. So it's good. Interesting, man. Interesting move up so far, fellas. Dion said there's only 3 months left in the year. There's no ETF this year. I wouldn't say it's a foregone conclusion, my friend. I wouldn't say it's a foregone conclusion. All right? You're spreading some FUD. You're spreading some absolute FUD, man. All right? CZ's looking at you and going, 4, bro. 4. Stop spreading that FUD. We're getting the ETF this year. Binance will be back at $1,000 per BNB within the next few months. 4. I know we just fired 2/3 of our staff over at Binance US, but everything's going good. 4. That's what CZ is saying to you, man. Just 4. Oh, man. You gotta love it, bro. Let me see what's going on here. Jordan streams more erratic. Yes, man. You gotta, I guess, when you got some price action at 8 o'clock in the morning, you gotta ride the price action. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ride it. Yeah, right now we're kind of just stuck at 27.4. You know, when we hop on, we don't tend to get anything happening. Hamilton said, "Yo, boss, your mustache is on point." You just want me to look at XCC, don't you, man? Let's look at XCC. All right, altcoin market. Altcoin market's cool, guys. But, you know, once again, it's here's what happens, right? We get 1 week of green and everyone starts calling for altcoin season again. We've seen this like 10 times this year. All right, so, you know, once again, it's cool. We're getting some altcoin moves, but once again, we go to the weekly charts on some of these, and, you know, this is the current move we're getting right here. This, okay? You know, some of them look better than others. You know, but once again, I think it's more of retracements than these altcoins going into altcoin season, right? It's probably just going to be another lower high before they go lower. Not to burst the bubble, but that's kind of what's happened the whole year. Our decent move up, still really haven't gone anywhere though. I think eventually you're going to still see some of these go lower though. So it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Short squeeze to Crypto King. Yeah, I mean, you're like I said, markets don't go straight down, so you're going to see squeezes to the upside. Bitcoin, actually, the thing is, and I've said this before, Bitcoin can go on sort of a solo rally. What do I mean by that? Is if Bitcoin goes up, right? Obviously, the altcoins are going to go up too, but on retracements, the altcoins go down harder, right? So Bitcoin can kind of continue up in an uptrend, in my opinion. It could. It certainly could. If everything goes right, while the altcoin market just kind of keeps going up with Bitcoin and then down when it retraces. Up with Bitcoin, then down with retraces, right? That's still what we could see. So I guess if there's anything to be bullish on, it'll be Bitcoin if it gets back off the bull market support band. Other than that, altcoins, I still think you can wait out on those. What's the DXY doing? DXY, it's flat so far. Nothing crazy. The stock markets haven't opened. The dollar looks like it wants to push higher though. This looks like just a nice push-up consolidation. This looks like it wants to push up going into this week. FOMC's on Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. I don't think it really matters though. We're gonna get a pause. Not a pause, but no hike. Doesn't really matter this week, honestly. We get all worked up for that every time, you know, and it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit every single time, man. Oh my God, FOMC's this week. Everyone panic. Powell's gonna say the same shit that he does every single freaking time. Oh my God, he's gonna say higher for longer. He's gonna say unemployment is still too low. He's gonna say inflation still remains above our 2% target, and we're all gonna panic. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's gonna say the same thing. Every time, man, he says the same shit. I can't even watch him anymore, man. That's why I'm not even gonna talk about it, honestly, because people get too worked up over that. He's gonna say the same shit he always does, man. Hamilton says short 28.2. Hamilton thinks the short 28.2. You could be right, fella. You could be right, my man. You could be right. It'll be interesting to see. Let's see. Pump before big dump back to 24.5. We'll see, man. We'll see. Like, listen, I'm open to anything, man. And we sort of said this. If Bitcoin can reclaim on a close, all right, we don't want any wicks. If this turns into a wick above the bull market support band, then that's actually more bearish than bullish. But if this gets any type of close back above this, it's actually not looking too bad. And I think from that standpoint, you look at history, and when you've seen that, right, after dropping below, and you've seen closes back above, that's actually been points where you've seen Bitcoin go significantly higher, right? So I think you got to be open to that, right? We've seen it get back above here in 2020 after dropping below, obviously goes up higher. 2020 here, got back above, obviously went significantly higher, right? 2019 got back above, significantly higher. So that's good. This is the test, man. This is the test. It is you know, based off Bitcoin's history, is when it comes back into this, right? This is typically when the market kind of has some uncertainty, whether Bitcoin wants to go higher or if it just wants to get rejected again. But all I know is every time it does come back into this, the market gets super euphoric again. Just like it did back, you know, in August when we saw this big pump in the grayscale news. Everyone, you know, turned into bullish freaks, right? And then 2 days later, it was lower than it was before the pump, right? So obviously just be cautious going to the bull market support band. If you wanted to buy spot, right, on any type of DCA basis, we're just saying, man, if you wanted a DCA 25K BTC, I ain't going to hate on you for it, right? But if you're going to wait for a pump back into 27.4, and then you're going to want to buy because all of a sudden you're bullish because you pumped, that's when it gets a little bit more risky, right? So that's all. That's all, man. You think it's Wednesday? It's Monday, fellas. It is freaking Monday. All right? We need to get a little music up in this bitch. Let's get a little music. Haven't seen this guy in a while. Vikings! We must get the boomers in this market. We will dump the NASDAQ, but we will pump Bitcoin. All we need is a banking collapse. If we can get a banking collapse, Bitcoin will pump and stocks will dump, and the boomers will take their money out of stocks and buy Bitcoin. Get in here. Spend the swords. Spend the shields if there's any bulls left. We'll play one for the Bears too. We'll play one for the Bears. Get in here. All right. And for the Bears, who can we play for? Who can we put on for the Bears? Here we go. Here we go. This is for the Bears. This is for the Bears. Bears. If you believe this is a fake rally, start laddering in your shorts. We have come too far to let Bitcoin pump. The NASDAQ is looking weak. The dollar is looking strong. Now's the time where we send Bitcoin back down to new lows. 10K is inevitable. All right. Enough. All right. We did a hype song for both sides. Let the best side win, man. Let the best side win. For all you DJs, let the best side win, man. I you guys fight it out. All right. Fake rally from 15K. Oh Lord. Bulls vs Bears. Vader versus the Viking. Someone tells me Vader would just destroy the shit out of the Viking in real life. I don't know. Maybe the Viking pulls it out, but I don't think that's a very fair fight. You know what I mean? Oh, man. All right. Bitcoin's still just chilling, guys. I ruined the pump by coming on. Typically, that's what happens here. Anyways, it's an interesting point, man. Anyone else feel it's just an interesting point in markets right now? Where we talked about this a little bit last week. It's stocks are typically back where they're at, where they do see dumps. Bitcoin and crypto usually follow the stock market, right? But there's like this weird thing that like there's a scenario where Bitcoin could rally. Not altcoins. I think in this space we do a horrible job separating Bitcoin from the altcoin market. They're completely different things. They're the same, but they move differently. They move at different times. Altcoins pump during super risk-on markets. Bitcoin actually goes up during some shady times, like banking collapses. There's this weird thing where, in a scenario where the S&P, right, which is at, like we talked about, at a point where typically it starts to crumble versus the money supply, where this could dump, right, based off of like a banking collapse or something else. I don't know. And Bitcoin could at least hold. And it's a weird little phenomenon, I think, that we're seeing in the markets right now because we've been talking about, I think the stock markets look a little shady. And historically, Bitcoin follows the stock markets. But we've also seen points where the stock markets rallied and Bitcoin's dumped. And we've also seen points where the stock markets have dumped and Bitcoin's rallied. Last March was a perfect example. Bitcoin dumped initially, and then it pumped from like 19K to 30K while the stock market dumped based on the banking collapse. There's some interesting stuff that could happen, right? So it's a weird point in markets where I've said this. I think it's time to be a little bit cautious on super risk, but it's weird, man. I feel like something's brewing here in the macro sense. But I've told you guys this. The bad news can end up being good news. And that could actually what sparks a bull run a lot of the times, like COVID, right? COVID was initially bad news, but then it was good news because it made the government print a bunch of money. I feel like something's brewing here. And it's an interesting point that I think it's a big turning point too, because if there's any way the S&P breaks up here, oh Lord, I don't even know what would have to happen for that to happen. So it'll be interesting, man. These are my swords and shields. What's going on? Solana's going to melt the face out of Vitalik. Solana will do well, but only after it hits $10 again first. Only after it hits $10 again first, guys. Link's getting a big pump. Link's up 10% today. Sergi's wondering, let's go look at Link. Sergi's out here wondering shit, man. Like, Sergi is pumping Chainlink up here. Do we still believe in the Chainlink curse? I don't know if we still believe in the Chainlink curse. I don't really believe in the Chainlink curse anymore, to be honest. I think the Chainlink curse is sort of worn out. And the thing about the Chainlink curse is the Chainlink curse can last for a long time. Long time Chainlink curse. But Chainlink's getting a nice move up. Stacks, 10%. Atom's up 7%. Bitcoin Cash 6%. You got some decent movers across the markets here. Decent movers. I will buy Sol at 10. Let's see. Nabil said I time capitulated from Link Long yesterday. You time capitulated from Link Long? That's okay, man. Link's been down at the same spot how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Something tells me it'll be back down there for a 9th time at some point. Right? It may not be today or tomorrow, but at some point, something tells me Link will be back down here within the next 6 months. You know, and it is what it is. The Link oscillator. True. Whale talk that the Link oscillator has been real the whole year. Right? I guess, you know, Link hits a high, that's Bitcoin's high. Link hits a low, that's Bitcoin's low. We'll see. Let me see what everyone is saying in here. Spaceballs. I like the weekly Bitcoin chart. Yeah, it looks good right now. Looks decent. But once again, like this is the level that we have to watch as we come back into this level right here. We get any type of weekly close above this, I think then we can start talking about, you know, breaking 31K or whatever. But you know, as long as we're in here, you know, you still have to be a little bit cautious, just like we said last time, right? So I know how it is, right? It's easy to get super bullish when you're pumping into this. But just remember the last time that we went into this, right? The only difference I could say this time is that last time we had bullish news, so you had a lot of people buying off news. This time there's not really bullish news. It's kind of just organic price action that's pushing you up, which I guess that's a more bullish. You don't want to be pumping off good news. If you just pump off good news, a lot of times it gets sold off. This time, there's really nothing happening, and you see it move up, which is, I would argue, more bullish than last time. The price action doesn't look too bad either. It's just getting back above this level right there. If we go back to over here, let's look at some other times. We saw similar right here, right? See back in 2019 over here, we kind of had a low, we came back up, got rejected, we came back down, we actually swung, failed these lows down here, kind of like how we just did. We got to move back up into the bull market support band. We actually wicked above, which is, you know, reason where we could wick back above, certainly this time. But ultimately it was a rejection, and then we ended up coming lower, right? So that's it, man. Just, you know, I guess the biggest thing is just not FOMOing into the pumps. And if you want to be DCAing, just DCA into the lows. That's all. Or not the lows, because you never know what the low is, but support, right? Down here. I love you too, Max. So thanks for saying you love me, man. Guys, be nice. Be nice in the chat, man. Be nice in the chat. You know my views on certain people, right? But be nice in the chat, man. Zero, it's not that I don't disagree with you. I actually kind of agree, but let's be nice in the chat, okay? And let's not name names or do anything like that, right? You know, let people do what they're gonna do, right? It is what it is. Bitcoin's going off. Yeah, it is, man. About time. But I did ruin the pump a little bit, hopping on the price action, dude. Tim says 28 too short. Looks like a lot of people looking at 28 too short. We did initially break this resistance here, right? Which is interesting. We just kind of blasted right through it. So 28.2 is that next level. You know, if we can sustain this on the 4 hour, we got 3 hours left in this 4 hour candle. If this sustains, I think you do see 28.2. And you actually probably sweep the high. You probably go above that and sweep it above, if that's the case. NASDAQ kind of holding, dollar kind of holding, nothing too much going on pre-market. 30 minutes into the open. Crypto King said, I don't trust this pump. Well, you know, the thing is, we kind of get conditioned to not to trust any pump, right? But I guess in the grand scheme of things, right? Kind of, actually, let me draw a trend line. I'm curious. I'm just curious if I draw a trend line down, where this would put Bitcoin. Hold on. If I put a trend line down like this, from this side, this side, this side. Just curious where this comes in. This would come in around like 27.8 if we just did a simple little trend line to the downside. We'll keep it there. Not like it's necessarily going to mean too much, but that is a level to watch too. Tim said maybe 28.6. Yeah, my thinking is, and you know, if we do push up higher, we probably take out this high. Push up. There's 20. I would say like 28. Yeah, 28.8 to 28.6, somewhere in this region here. Right below these lows, you take out this high, and then you kind of see if it breaks back below here. Boom, we go short here. If not, if this just holds up here, it's looking bullish. This thing's going higher if that's the case. But like I said, we're not Nostradamus and have a crystal ball. All we can do is wait, right? Big Rich said Sol update. Yeah, we could do a Sol update. Solina. Nice little move up on the daily. Nothing crazy though. Right? Still eventually, my opinion is it still is going to come down here eventually. Right? These little moves up are cool. They're cool. But, you know, once again, like Sol's not the best example of this because Sol had these like two little rallies in December, in June. But my thing is, every time we have these little rallies, right, that last like a week for the altcoin market, it's altcoin season every time. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's not me trying to be a dick. That's just been the case. And I'll continue to say this, man. Altcoins don't go nuts. Okay? Can they go higher? Yeah, of course they can. But I think you've got time on the altcoin market. I still think the risk is more to the downside than to the upside on altcoins, right? Because we know, historically, altcoins don't go parabolic until Bitcoin goes to all-time highs, okay? And that was even when money printing was happening. We don't even have money printing anymore, right? So I still think the risk is more to the downside for that reason. I think if you're going to be in the crypto market, it's better to be in Bitcoin. Just because Bitcoin has shown strength the whole year. There's some altcoins that have shown strength, but like, to me, it's the thing is, you know, I still think the risk is more to the downside than to the upside for altcoins. Because it's like, I said this, like, we all want altcoin season, but my thing is, where is altcoin season coming from, right? All of a sudden, we're going to turn it on and everyone's going to start buying altcoins out of nowhere. It's not typically not how it works. Typically, you need Bitcoin going parabolic, reaching all-time highs, getting the headlines, Bitcoin's at all-time highs, then getting retail to come in to buy the altcoins. You don't got that right now. You don't got that right now, man. Bass said altcoin pump could happen later this week on FOMC. Yeah, I mean, we can get a little 20-30% move up. But we've seen that like 10 times this year. You know what I mean? Just to make a lower high and then go back down. You know what I mean? I'm talking more about what like the overall market, right? And what everyone's in this market for, not the 20-30% pump. Right? Let's see. Crypto King said, bull run with no money printing will be interesting. Let's see if that 4-year cycle is actually real. Yeah, I'm curious. I think money printing is going to be back. Money printing will be back next year. Money printing will be back this year. The bull run's going to happen the same way it always has, right? It's going to happen the same way it always has. So I might sound bearish right now. I'm not really bearish. I'm just neutral, right? I'm not, like on Bitcoin, I'm mostly just neutral. I told you guys this. Like, I think we're going to stay in between 20K and 40K into the halving. You're going to have the bulls calling for ridiculously high prices like all-time highs. You're going to have the bears calling for ridiculously low prices like 10K. You're not going to see either of those. You're gonna look what Bitcoin's done at this point of the cycle every time, right? Look at from this point. I connected the halvings on the last 2 cycles. Look where Bitcoin is right now. It's exactly where it should be, right? It's done. Look at it. It's done the exact same thing it did the last 2 cycles. But look, what has it done from this point? Mostly nothing, right? Mostly nothing. One of the times it went up maybe a little bit. One of the times it went down because of the COVID crash. But other than that, you really didn't do much. It was boring into the halving. I'm expecting it to be boring to the halving. But the problem is, if Bitcoin's boring to the halving, right, probably means the altcoin market's going lower, right? If Bitcoin's going to go sideways and go up a little bit, down a little bit, the altcoin market's probably going to bleed out more, right? And that's sort of my case. Bitcoin probably doesn't do anything, you know? And my thing is, don't get too emotional, because that's where you're going to get let down. If you're expecting all of a sudden Bitcoin's going to pump to 80K in 3 months, you're going to set yourself up to just be depressed when it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? If you're a bear and you're expecting 10K in 3 months, you're probably going to be depressed if it doesn't happen. Because you're probably going to get neither. We're most likely just going to end up going up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit. And I've said this, I think Bitcoin's going to be at 31K at the time of the halving. It's not exciting. It's pretty close to where we are right now, right? That's not too exciting. That's in April, right? We're talking almost 6 months away. 6 months, man. That's nothing in this market. But yeah, I'm expecting Bitcoin to be at 31K in 6 months. So you're not going to find me being George and calling for 200K in 2024. You're not going to see me be savvy and call for 6K in 2024. Probably not going to see either of those. Probably just going to be right here. You know what I mean? Doing nothing. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Money printing will go straight into my BTC. Nice, man. No, I think money printing will be back in 2024. History always repeats, right? The Fed hikes until something breaks, they start printing. That's what happens every time. We always want to predict something's different. So what am I predicting? I'm predicting something breaks over the course of the next 6 months. Markets take one more tumble, but that tumble ends up being bullish. Fed starts printing again. We go into a bull market 2024, right? That's really it. That's really it, man. Zero said it'll go fast. Don't worry. Yeah, 6 months is nothing, man. I mean, 6 months ago was March. 6 months ago was March. 6 months ago is when Bitcoin was like right here. During that banking collapse. That was not that long ago, man. I feel like that was like 2 months ago. Actually, no, I don't. The last 6 months for Bitcoin have felt forever because it's been boring. But typically, it's not this boring. But I think it's going to be this boring. But yeah, 6 months goes by like nothing, man. 6 months goes by like nothing, bro. Mike said, I'm expecting it to be choppy, but sideways and up. In my opinion, that's why you should be heavier on BTC and ETH. Yeah, I agree. You should be heavier on Bitcoin and ETH. Absolutely, man. If you really like an altcoin and listen, I'm not going to knock you. Like, the thing is, too, I'm just telling you my thoughts on where the market's going to go. I'm also not going to knock you if you want to just be DCAing into shit and not thinking about it, right? You know, at the end of the day, you know, as long as we don't have like a Great Depression scenario, which is a whole nother topic, then, you know, if you're DCAing into your favorite altcoin, like Solana, if you're DCAing into Solana at 19, 18, 17, and I'm thinking it goes to 10, you're still going to be ahead of 99% of the people, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I can't hate on you for DCAing Solana here instead of DCAing up here at all-time highs, right? So at the end of the day, like, you can't perfectly time the market. You can have a prediction on where you think it's eventually going to go, but you can't perfectly time the market, right? That's like, especially on the macro sense, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? 2019, no one knew COVID was coming, right? No one did. That one caught everyone off guard, and markets dumped 60% of the day. You don't know if something like that's going to happen again, right? So, you know, I'm not going to hate on you for doing that down here. You know, it is what it is. This recent move on weekly looks like a similar move to the pre-FTX dump in November. I was actually looking at like that the other day. This one right here. This one right here, where Bitcoin kind of came up, came back down. It does look kind of similar. I wouldn't say it's like that. It's very different circumstances. Let me see where you came up to. So on this one, looks like Bitcoin came up to that 702 retracement. So from that high to this low, we retraced to the 702 and then got sent back down in FTX. Let me just see. I'm curious. I think we already broke the 702 this time, so it's not really the same. If we take the high to the low, yeah, we're already smashing that right now. So I wouldn't say it's like that. I wouldn't say it's like that. I'm not expecting this type of dump, like instantly like that. I think that would be. I mean, I think if we did see something like that, that would mark out Bitcoin low. All right, if we saw something like this, where it pumps up, it insta dumps like this, just like FTX did, that would mark a low. But I don't think we're gonna do something like that. I think that's a little bit too bearish, here. Is it impossible? No, but a little bit too bearish for my liking. I don't think we get sent to the shadow realm like that, unless something breaks randomly in the next week, which also I wouldn't doubt either, because there's a lot of shitty shit going on in the macro. Like the macro is just sketchy, man. It's also why I'm kind of, I wasn't nervous at the stock market low, because that's when everyone was thinking that, the world's going to end and 2023 is going to be a horrible year. But now that we're up here, that's when it gets a little bit worrisome, as far as the macro stuff, but that's a whole different topic, right? Credit card debt all-time highs. What was the other one? Commercial real estate struggling. Auto loan defaults all-time highs. I could go down the list. It is what it is. Looks like it's forming a right shoulder. Let me see. 4, said Bjorn. 4. Dion said never too bearish. I don't know, man. I'm just enjoying these markets right now. I'm sitting comfy in Bitcoin spot, Ethereum spot. If they go lower, fine. Bitcoin and Ether holds to me. And then I'm also short on the NASDAQ. So I'm hedged, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if markets want to continue up, cool. I'll get stopped out of NASDAQ. Bitcoin's probably rolling higher. We're all good. If markets want to dump, that's fine. I'm hedged. I got the NASDAQ shorts. They'll come down. Perfect. And Bitcoin will go lower, and we'll buy some more Bitcoin and ETH. At the end of the day, like right now, I feel pretty comfy in either direction. I'm not too exposed to like the upside or downside at the moment. Bitcoin and ETH, I definitely am exposed to upside. But I'm also hedged here. So I'm cool with either direction. Right now, I'm an observer. It's an interesting market right now, as I've been saying, man. It's very interesting. Everyone has different opinions, Some people are uber bearish, some people are uber bullish, some people are neutral. People have no idea what's happening right now. So I'm an observer. Very observer. I'm not getting too bullish on this move up. I ain't getting too bullish on this move up, man. Because I saw what happened on this grayscale one. And I saw what happened on the XRP case pump. And I saw what happened on all these other ones over here. So I'm not going to get too bullish on this move up. But I'm also not going to get too bearish. I think getting too bearish and calling for a Great Depression is stupid too. Stacks to the moon. Yeah, you're getting some nice moves up on some altcoins, man. Nothing crazy. See, on a move like today, if the market was really, and if the crypto market was bullish, Bitcoin can be bullish, but if the crypto market was bullish, ETH would be pumping more than Bitcoin. It's not, right? Bitcoin's up more than most of these altcoins here on this list. There's a few that are up more. right? Link, Stacks, Ton, Atom, Bitcoin Cash, right? Solana. But everything else is below where Bitcoin is. If the market was really bullish, the altcoins would be pumping harder than Bitcoin. You know, I think the DXY will go a lot higher. Well, I think that's kind of the consensus right now too, which is also why it's like an interesting time in the market, man. If you look at where the dollar is, I think it's going to push a little bit higher, but 105.80 is where it could find a little resistance here. But if it breaks above that, this thing could go absolutely berserk. And that's also another risk in the market too, you know? Crypto Elf said shit coins are dead. I wouldn't say they're dead. The second the Feds say pause, cut, the market will dump. How low, only time will tell. True, man. Historically, when the Fed cuts rates, that's when markets dump, like hard. Right? Historically speaking. But when is that? That could be 6 months from now, a year from now. You don't know. DXY bear div on the daily. Bitcoin's still kind of fighting this 27.3 level. Hasn't really gotten any reaction off there though yet. Let me see. Ain't no one able to pay off the debt? But the thing about markets is the markets can stay irrational more than you can stay rational. You know, like all year, right? We've had a lot of these same issues, but the stock market and Bitcoin have continued up, right? That's the thing about markets is like everything can be crumbling around and markets can still go up, you know? So that's the thing. It's very hard to predict the macro, right? Everyone was expecting 2023 to be a horrible year. It was one of the most bullish years in history for the stock market. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. You never know, man. In 2024, I mean, you got shit crumbling around you, right? It's like that meme where it's like, I'm fine. And the guy's like on fire in the chair, right? Markets can still go up. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's very hard to time that shit. I think if there's ever a time where you're going to see it start crumbling, it's going to be now. If it's not now and this continues up, I think this is going significantly higher. If it's not now. Let's go Steelers. Mike, you spelled Steelers wrong. Go take a spelling bee. Mike says it's still live. Wow. Mike's not even watching. Mike doesn't even care about this Bitcoin pump. Nice, man. He doesn't even care about the Bitcoin pump. Let's see. Here comes the DXY drop. It could. Who knows? We aren't even the moon for Moon Helmet. Shows bull market hasn't started yet. We'll put Moon if Bitcoin can get any type of weekly close above bull market support band, we'll Moon Helmet it. But for now, I'm gonna hold off. We don't want to be memed when we put on the Moon Helmet right at resistance and then it dumps. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be that meme. We ain't gonna be that. No, I did that on purpose because I'm stealing Clint's money. Yeah. Oh, Steelers. I get it, man. The Steelers. STEAL. I see you. Let's see. Oh boy. Read the chat, man. Chat is slow. Lord. The chat is slow. Maybe I should start being bullish again. People will watch. Oh, man. I'm like that too. Sometimes you want to listen to what you want to hear, not what's logical. But it is what it is. If people want to shit in their front yard, I can't stop them either. That logic means nothing. Listen, you guys ever take a shit outside? If you ever take a shit outside, right? You go and even taking a pee outside. I love peeing outside, man. Even if it's just like somewhere in the back, anywhere, peeing outside is fantastic. It's just something so peaceful about it, right? It proves to me that humans should be outside. Humans should be outside, doing shit outside, right? Us living in houses, I don't think that's actually how it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? I think we're supposed to be like animals and living in little huts, maybe like straw shit, right? Not these like industrial houses and apartments and shit, you know? Because you ever go outside and just pee in the woods or just pee on grass? It just feels like you're so free and alive. Versus when you pee in a toilet, it's like, you're just peeing in a toilet, man. It's crazy. Shitting outside is a bit different though. Yeah, just make sure you bring TP. Don't use the poison ivy. Don't use the poison ivy, man. You know, if you use the poison ivy, you're effed. Absolutely effed. I will not confirm or deny that I've used poison ivy, and I've had poison ivy everywhere you can think of, man. Think in your deep, darkest imagination. I've had poison ivy there, okay, and it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty, man. I've had poison ivy where my hand looked like Gary Gensler's hand, a big lizard with bubbles in between each finger. Bubble, 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 all in between each finger, man. It's been brutal. I just came in and we already talking about peeing on grass. We've been talking about Bitcoin for the last hour, actually. You crazy. The sun is my enemy. You can do it out. Do it at night. I will say this too. There's nothing better than peeing outside at night. Oh my God, that is a game changer right there. You ever want to feel free? Pee outside at night, man. You know, if you're gonna poop, just make sure you go behind a tree. That's all. No one wants to see you out there. Okay, no one wants to see you out there, man. All right. Anyways. Everything's green on the day except Cadena. That's actually kind of funny. It's kind of funny, man. You gotta laugh a little bit. Everything is green on the day on this whole watch list, besides Cadena is the only red one. Nature heals. Let's all have a round of applause for Cadena for being the only red coin on the day.
Happy and clapping, Vitalik is impressed. Vitalik clapping, 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 clapping. Vitalik clapping, 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 clapping.
There we go. Let's see. All right. So Bitcoin, market's going to open in 10 minutes. Bitcoin is sitting right at 27.3. And we got NASDAQ is down 0.3% in pre-market. Once again, we did break down from this wedge. We retested. And this looks like it wants to come lower today. Dollar is coming down a little bit pre-markets. Not really. I mean, it's down 0.08%. It's pretty much flat. So we got some interesting things going on this week. Every week we got something interesting going on. And then nothing interesting happens. Tyler said, why would you touch something that literally has poison in its name? Well, that's the thing. If it's dark out, you don't know if it's poison. Right? Now, poison ivy, a lot of times it's red. But you got poison oak. That's green. You got poison sumac, which is green. Right? You got a bunch of poison things. You don't know which one's out there, man. Your mom is going. How's Costa doing? Oh, Lord. Costa. We can look at Costa real quick. Hey, a little bounce. Nice. Good job, Carl. Nice. Any chance for an AVAX glance? AVAX. Oh boy. All right, let's look at AVAX. Let's just go to the weekly. Yeah, man. Me personally, I want nothing to do with AVAX, right? Now, once again, will I get memed if it gets a 5% move up? Yes, because that's how it works. We get a 5-10% move up, right? Oh my God, the bulls are stupid, and it sells off again, makes a lower low, right? We come back up another 10-20%. Oh my God, the bulls are stupid, or the bears are stupid. Oh, we'll go back down again, right? Every little 10%, 20% pump. It's altcoin season. But here's the thing, right? Here, I mean, you're technically speaking, you're at, these local supports on the weekly, right? August 2020, you got July 2021. Technically speaking, you are here, right? Once again, and this is just me, right? This is a knife. Okay, I would, if I have DCA money that I wanted to DCA, like if I was looking at AVAX right now, I was like, I'm gonna buy AVAX at $9. Me personally, right now, I would personally rather just FOMO into Bitcoin than buy AVAX right here. I'd rather FOMO into Bitcoin than buy AVAX. Why is that the case? Because if Bitcoin goes up, it's probably gonna pump more than AVAX anyways, right? If Bitcoin rejects right here and starts going back down, AVAX is gonna get absolutely plowed. Right? That's just me being a realist. That's not me trying to hate on AVAX. It's just looking at the chart, and this chart looks like absolute dog shit. And I think eventually, right? If what I think is going to happen to the market plays out, eventually, I think this makes its way, possibly, all the way back down to this box down here. Eventually. Not today, not tomorrow. You're going to get 10% pumps in there? Of course you are. You might get one today. Shit. But I think eventually it makes its way back down here. Eventually. Right? That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, cool. That's cool. I'll just buy it when Bitcoin goes to all-time highs. Whatever. I'm cool with being wrong, but, that's where I think eventually ends up, man. Let's see. I FOMO but DCA'd AVAX. Nice, man. Listen, at the same time, if you're someone that doesn't care about the price and you just want a DCA here, that's fine, man. That's fine. But if I'm looking to maximize my money at this current moment, I'd rather buy Bitcoin than AVAX. If I'm looking to maximize my gain potential. I'm not going to hate on you for buying AVAX here. There's much worse places you could buy it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'd rather buy Bitcoin, even on a pump, than AVAX. Any else from the UK see the sky flash yesterday? I was outside. It was midnight, and then the sky flashed so bright. I thought aliens was invading. Someday that'll happen, but we won't believe it because of all this fake shit going on with aliens lately. Put the magnet higher? We could. Right now we're finding a little bit of nothing crazy. We're kind of just hanging out right here at this white box. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And as soon as so. We in here. What's up, Hamilton? Hamilton know what's up, man. Hamilton, you know what's up, man. He knows what's up. It was a thunderstorm. Might have been a thunderstorm. Last week we had a bunch of thunderstorms. Today looks like it's going to be a shitty day today. I think it's going to rain all day today, which sucks. I hate when it rains. Is Jordan from the UK? No. Do I sound like I have an English accent? I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Am I from the UK? That's funny. Your mom said love everything and everyone. Yes, I agree, man. Be positive when you can, but I will say this though. I think there's a difference between being negative and being a realist, right? Here's the thing: if you're always positive about everything, you're gonna get crushed. You know what I mean? Like, and that's my a lot of the things with like the whole positivity thing is. Positivity is good. I think being nice when you can, but there's also nothing wrong with being negative sometimes. Sometimes you got to be negative. Sometimes you got to look at things as a contrarian, right? If you're always positive, right? If you take this sentiment to the market, right? If you always think the market's going to go up, everything's positive, you're going to be horse guy, right? And you're going to get crushed. You know what I mean? If we're looking at it from the market perspective. But I agree. In life, you should be nice when you can. But there's also times where you got to stand up for yourself. There's also times where you can be too nice and being taken advantage of. That's the harsh reality of the world. If it wasn't like that, it would be great to be nice all the time. But sometimes you just can't be nice, right? That's just the way it is, man. I mean, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, right? Unfortunately, the world. True, but you don't always have to be positive. Jordan has watched too much 90 Day Fiancé. That is true. That is true, man. Sometimes I'm positive the market's going to go down. True. That is true. That is true. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Your mom, I'm not going to repeat that. Unfortunately, because I'll get canceled. I have watched too much 90 Day Fiancé. I love 90 Day Fiancé though. I could literally sit on the couch and watch 90 Day Fiancé all day. Like I could watch 10 episodes in one day. Unfortunately, I don't do that. But I could easily just sit on the couch and watch 90 Day Fiancé all day if I wanted to. Because it's that good. It's that good. Maj, you agree? Yep. It's that freaking good. Where's Kirby? I haven't even seen anything. Is Crypto Kirby still making videos? Shit. I don't even know if he's still making videos. I have no idea. Bath, you would love that show, man. Give it a... Bath, I feel like you would love that show, man. You would love that show. You need to watch 90 Day Fiancé. I'm telling you, bro. Watch that show. It'll change your life. It will change your freaking life. Okay? The IMF just opened the New York Stock Exchange, redeemed. Oh, we got the market open right now. No major moves yet. Let's see what we got cooking over here. Chainlink still chilling. Stacks, ton, everything just kind of hanging out. Bitcoin's just hanging out at 27.3. Right in this white box. We went slightly above it. So we'll see what happens from here. Bath only watches obscure YouTube videos. Mike, you watch 90 Day Fiancé yet? You watched 90 Day Fiancé yet? Let's see. A guy in my unit was on 90 Day Fiancé. They are still together and he shows up to training in his Ferrari. The guy in my unit was on 90 Day Fiancé. Nice, man. 90 Day. XRP should get a pump before September 29th XRP party. Let's check out XRP. I think it's going to get a pump too. Let's see. I think XRP will get a massive pump to 53 cents. I'm absolutely massive.
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
To 53 cents. It's gonna be huge, bro. Huge. Jasmy is the future. Jasmy. Every altcoin's the future, according to whoever you talk about. There's so many altcoins now. Everyone says their altcoin's the future. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. You know, in my personal opinion is altcoin, any altcoin that already went through a bull cycle is going to perform worse than any of the new ones. 90 Day Fiancé sounds like trash TV. Oh, watch it. That's what I said. That's what I said, and I got talked into it, and now I'm obsessed with that show. I can't get enough. Jasmy. I've heard Jasmy's going to be the future of finance, just like every other altcoin. All right, Jasmy. Apparently, every altcoin is going to be the future of finance. All right, Jasmy. Let's see what we got. Man. Well, I mean, you're at the range low. Still, once again, I'd rather buy Bitcoin than this. If I want exposure to crypto at the moment. Will Jasmy go up in the future? Yeah, of course it will. But that's at a different time than now. That's when Bitcoin gets close to all-time highs. Nothing better than Jordan Morning. Yes, the Jordan Morning, man. Wayne said I got hooked on the History Channel. Different strokes. The History Channel. I used to like the History Channel. I think a lot of things the History Channel does now. I think a lot of them. It's like YouTube has changed TV in a way where everything is just clickbait, fake news, right? Fake shit. I don't know, man. YouTube's changed live TV. Everything's staged. You know, it is what it is. But the History Channel is decent. I think the problem with the History Channel, dude, is they've already made it on everything interesting. They've already made, like, because think about it, TV's only been around for a certain amount of years. They've already made something about every subject that's actually interesting. So there's like not a lot of new shit that comes out that's interesting, you know, unless they're talking about something current like AI, maybe something like that. They've already done everything, you know. All right, guys, I'm getting the frick out of here. Bitcoin just sitting right at this resistance level, 27.3. This is the first level we gotta sort of get back above. If we do get back above that, I think that opens the door for like 28.2. Other than that, we're just kind of sitting right here. We'll see what the rest of the day brings. NASDAQ's coming down. Dollar is flat. So nothing really going on there to start the day. So I'm out of here. Peace out. Later. Have a fantastic Monday, guys. Stay realistic. Don't turn into an all-time high moon boy, and also don't turn into a all-time low bear boy. Okay? Or a soy boy, as I call them. All right? Later. Peace. Adios. And enjoy your day, fellas. See you tomorrow. Peace.